It's okay this way. Think I'm not gonna use what's it called? Let me let me increase the follow 100%. We are live, guys. Is anybody here ready? Okay. No one is joining me yet. I think I tried to mention this that we're going live soon. And it's 32 seconds already. Let me see if I can actually get one person to come on board. Where are my people? This thing, I need to get something to work on. All right. So let's talk about Malta. Trying to come study in Malta. And let's also talk about the refusals. Like some of you have been getting refusal. Maybe try you apply to study in US, Canada, and the UK. If not for the dependent visa issue, thank you. First person coming on board and first like. If not for the this dependent wahala in UK, UK still remain one of the best country in terms of easy visa application process. It's easy, it's straightforward. Um, that was why they really had that huge numbers of people that went. They were like interested to go to UK. They had that turnaround. That turnout was massive because within 15 days, you already know your stand. You get a visa approval within 50 days. Now, I'm trying to talk about my six refusal series. I started last time with two, and I think in the process when I started these two refusal series the other time, I was kind of trying to be in a hurry. I want to meet up with time, but this time around, I am off duty today, so I am going to definitely take my time to explain this other two because in this other two series out of the six, we've discussed two. I'm tackling another two now. Then the other two will end it. But these two series, this is the cocoa, the major reason, the things that's behind the motivations that led to why I am trying to become a YouTuber. I'm already a YouTuber, a newbie in the game. This is where my motivation came from. Just feel like sharing the ideas. One of the mistakes or some few mistakes I made in the past before I became close to someone who um, know more about this stuff. So it's it's some kind of information that we want you to learn from because a lot of you were always interested in let's work visa, work visa, work visa. Work visa is the center of attraction, and that is where you find the possibility of getting scammed. 80% of the time, that is where you get scammed. The processes are not that straightforward, easy. It's not like straightforward. They are straightforward, but they are not that easy because there are a lot of bureaucracy involved when it comes to work visa from outside the country, particularly in Canada. It is not something you should just totally rely on. Now, it only cast a lot of stuff are beginning to come up where people feel that some people, some persons or some companies in Canada might be selling stuff like there are some things I want to avoid online. So now I think Canada is coming up, if not already in exist, if they've not activated that already, they're coming up with a system where if you are going to be getting employed from Canada directly from your home country to Canada, I think it will has to be something the whole process of the employment, the we have to go through a body under Canada to confirm the authenticity. So getting job, nobody says it's not possible. It's possible to get job from outside the countries, but you just have to be patient. Even in Malta here, it is possible to get direct employment from all this employer. And I think I've been singing that song. I've been mentioning it more like a song that um, There have been people that got direct offer. They came to Malta through work route. They came. Most of them now are coming from Dubai, Nepal, Qatar, and the major percentage of people that enjoy those opportunities are the Indians and the uh, the Indians, the Nepali people from all these Asian countries. And why do you think the Indians are always everywhere? Why do you think they are doing fine there? Go to a country, you will see many of them. This is because this is what most of them do. Once one person is there and stay there for a longer time, they try to create that relationship um, with one or two employer and then start they create a connection where they probably will discuss that with the employer for them to be bringing in people on their behalf mostly. So that's why it's easy for them. And for what I know, I don't think well, not something I should be discussing here. So I'm taking my time to explain to just so that at least I know I have few people already joining me in life before I go into the main gist. And please feel free to also through the chat or the comment section. If you have a direct question you want to ask me, feel free to ask me that question. So I don't want to rush into what I want to say is about my ban and about the other refuser. I talked about the first two, which were the schools I got refused from the Kano College. They were both study visa, and I talked about the reason why I got it. And so don't we have people here to participate, ask questions, and also let's talk. Okay. I want to make sure that I have enough people connected before I go deep into it. But maybe if no one is coming to join me, thank you for those of you that are here already. Probably I just should start sharing it. Now, the major reason I don't like to talk more about the working route was because I had my own experience. Now, the experience is that back in 2019, 2019 or so, um, I got, yeah, it was December 2019. So I was just also doing the same thing most of you would do now. We go online, start looking for work employment to Canada. Like, hey, we are recruiting in Canada, we are recruiting in Canada. So I start sending CVs. I sent CVs across to most employer, to most websites that I cannot actually even remember. All of a sudden, I got one email, congratulations, you've been selected. You have interview date on so date, and I chose to participate. I was like, okay, wow. Then I don't even have international passport. It was towards December 2019, and they said I have online. It was not an even interview. They said online assessment, more like an interview. So they sent me email again to answer some few questions, and then they said congratulations that I have been approved to work with Dreamer Oil Canada. They've so before I know it, before the letters start coming in, they send me the employment letter, contract, and my salary was supposed to be 15,000, if I'm not mistaken, 15 to I think 50. Oh, sorry, my salary was about $15 or so. I think $15 or so per hour. They mentioned the salary codes, everything, all the benefits, accommodation included, and flight tickets taken care of by the company, all sort of stuff. So I was so excited. And they also sent me the LMIA. And then that was where the whole thing I got, oh, like they completely knocked me off. LMIA, oh wow. Then I was like, okay, I got an LMIA together to apply for the work permit. Then I immediately started this my getting used to Canada's stuff website. That excitement I didn't really check properly. This is when I started getting to know more about IRCC Canada. Then it was not IRCC website. It was I think it's CIC or something. I think it was CIC then. So I got excited. They said I need international passport. I had to go and do express international passport. So for me to get my passport immediately to get it the next day, then I did express. So for my passport to be ready that following day because of the job offer. Then when the whole thing came down, they said I need to pay They said I need to pay like a equivalent of 60,000 naira in Nigeria. Then there was a website to send for me to pay for the health insurance. Like, yeah, the medical insurance. So I now had to reply them that this thing wasn't going through. For that, okay, they want this. If I can't go online to pay that medical insurance, they will send me a link of their representative in Nigeria to help me out. So they sent me a link. That was a Nigerian account number. They asked me to pay equivalent of 60,000. And truly, they sent me one soft copy of a card, like a medical insurance in Canada. And the place is in Alberta, where they said they gave me the job offer, oil company for that matter. And me, imagine me then, 2019. So, blah, now, I wanted to apply. And then they now asked me to upload some of my documents in one website they created. While I was trying to upload the website, they take note of this particular thing. 90%, I don't want to miss, okay, let me say 80 something to 90% of the time. Any or genuine website about Canada, maybe particularly or not, always to carry the country last number. Like the most of the time, they would end with .ca .ca. You will know that okay, this thing is particularly Canada. That's how it was with most website parties relating to a country. It should end with .ca. So those people send me a website to upload all the field employment form they sent to me, the LMIA field, international passport and everything. And the link they gave me was like a website, visa website form to Canada that ended with .co. I didn't notice it at first. I was trying to upload all the document and the thing was not saying space, limited space full. So it shows the website has just very limited as space to accommodate documents. So it was showing space full. And that's when I now realized our government website could just be full like that. Then when I check it properly, and I felt that I've been doing little research. This thing ends with .co, and this is not Canada. That and not this is not the original Canada website. So imagine the people that say they got me a job offer, send me employment letter, LMIA, and everything to Canada. Now, the agreement was that the company will take care of the company will take care of my flight ticket, accommodation is included, all those things. But now they said visa fee, all the whole process will take care of by the company. Now, when it's time for them to go ahead, they later had to say that I should send them $1,000, $1,000 Canadian, for them to process the visa and every other stuff. When the visa is out, I will pay my flight ticket. That once I get to Canada, get to the company will reimburse all this money I spent. They will reimburse the $1,000 and my flight ticket, and then they will give me accommodation. Now there, I can begin to feel like 1,000 Canadian dollars far back early 2020. For real. So my biggest mistake, one of the biggest mistake that I made, then I have not met my partner, then my business partner. One of the biggest mistake was not to say I want to confirm how authentic these people are. I didn't know that I'm actually haunting myself. That I was like, it's something that will backfire on me, not them. So and I said, this thing ended with your CEO. I went back to check the Canada original website to apply for work permit, and I saw that it ended with .ca. So I said, instead of me sending $1,000 to these people, I will submit the application myself. That if I'm going to submit the work permit myself, I will use that work permit to confirm. I thought and I was hoping the system will bounce it back. All right. I thought the system would bounce it back. So what I did was to upload the document and then expect the system to automatically detect it and say that this it's a fake document or stuff like that, or these are fake documents. Before I know it now, I just said I wanted to apply for work permit, blah, 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 and stuff like that. The system start accepting the whole document and say, do you have this? I say, yeah, do you have this? I said, next thing, it just asked me to upload all the document. I uploaded all the document they gave me, including the fake LMIA, including the fake LMIA. I uploaded that document. And then it just took me straight to payment section. Then you can still pay with your Nigerian card. And by I think I went ahead and paid 80 something thousand, about 88,000 as the work permit fee. And automatically it said payment successful, everything successful. The next day they gave me a link to go for my biometric. I was like, so this thing they read so, this thing they read so. I went ahead to submit. I went ahead to go to do my biometric, and I did it. So now, in the whole stuff, biometric is the only one and that is genuine because that's the capturing of my fingerprint, face, and all that. So that one's genuine, but the other stuff, fake. So I started waiting for decision. Few few time later, by waiting to get response from them, waiting to get response from them. That's when I eventually met my the man I started marketing for. That's that's very knowledgeable about anything concerning Canada over the 20 years experience. So I met him and said, okay, let's work together. I'll be like your eye in Benin. So I had to tell him my story that okay, this is what happened. I've actually submitted an application online for work permit and it's still showing processing. I did my biometric March 4, 2020, and it has been showing processing till I met him. And it was like, hey, what happened? I said, he said, wow, Shed, you made a big mistake. That one of the big mistake I made that Canada don't forgive easily like that. That I shouldn't have uploaded that document on the website. I was like, I thought the system would just detect it and say, it's just to begin the prayer, the prayer, the prayer. People, that thing has been there since 2020. I make up my mind to, now let's leave that there. Then by 2021 or so, that was when I started the student visa application. I think it was 2021 I did the student visa and I got a refusal. The two refusal I mentioned last time, I did it again. I tried to reapply. So the major headache or problem was proof of fund. The first one was proof of fund and strong home tie. Then I said I showed that I was still single, and then my age and stuff. So strong home tied and this. Then the second time I did the marriage part and they refused it the second time again. Strong proof of fund aspect that is personal finance and personal assets is not sufficient. That's insufficient of personal finance, personal assets. So those two were like they came after the other work permit still was still reading processing, processing. Okay. So I was still waiting for that decision work permit, but my partner already told me, bro, just be praying because higher percent, 90% of the chance this thing could lead to ban. Anything fake document, it could lead to ban. Just be praying. I was like, hey. So after the first three visa that led to this one. Then the next thing again, I was just trying out some schools in US. I saw some cheap college in US. In case you want me to share those colleges with you, the US affordable colleges, for those of you that be looking for undergraduate pathway and you want to try out US, you just let me know in the comment section. I will later come up and maybe share with you live or do a videos about each of these college. There were about two or three of them. One is even 100% scholarship for undergraduate. In case you also want me to share that with you, let me know. But that one is more like a competition. You need to write a very comprehensive, very standard um, SOP, the letter of explanations or stuff, and if you motivational letter rather best. If you get selected, you you will just be like on 100% scholarship, no tuition fee. That one is completely no tuition fee. About three of them like that. I could take you by the hand to show you that in case you want. You drop that in the comment section. If I see the numbers of people interested in, I will share those three colleges. For those of you that want to spend less and look for cheap, affordable colleges in USA, and I also tell you what to expect concerning US. So why I'm saying that about US is that while I was waiting for decisions on the work permit, and I've got two refusals already for Canada study permit afterwards. They went ahead to try these colleges. The one of them did not require upfront payment. One is asking for some upfront deposit payment. I know if you pay that money, you will get the admission, but it wasn't that much. But I selected the other one that did not ask for upfront payment. And I also no, I did about two, three of them like that. Then one asked me for some vaccines, medical stuff, and eventually they released the admission and they sent me the document to apply for my visa to US study permit, visa to US. I look for someone that will help me pay the um, what is this called 990 something from 90 something like that. That's the student form stuff. I did the whole process and I got luckily I got my interview date. So while I was waiting for permit, two refuses are gone already for Canada, and the other work permit was still processing since 2020. And I got an interview date for the US study visa. Okay. So in the process, the US study permit aspect, okay, I was like, this is the first time I want to go to US. I thought I could impress them, saying already I'm in a relationship now with someone, business relationship with someone. So I'm trying to. I was like thinking maybe that would win me that positive response. So I had to go get myself a nice suit. I bought almost everything I used that very day new. Got myself a nice suit or a nice shoe. I went to rent a space, an hotel close to the interview place is in Lagos. Very nice standard hotel like that. A day before that, I had to get there. The day before, got some nice perfume, dressed up, looking like a business guy. So because I want to say that I'm self-sponsoring for the US aspect that I'm self-sponsoring, that was my intention. Okay, that was the plan I have to tell them that I'm self-sponsoring. So I went there and I started seeing people getting all their everybody we were like in line. Um, this one we like there was this guy that was going for master's program. I don't know whether he also, but I don't think it was a full scholarship or something. So there's this the young interviewer, very young lady, and she didn't approve the guy. The guy was just like shouting, ah, they had to like be telling you, calm down, calm down, calm down. All this is were like already putting fear in us. Say, hey, you know what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? So I was waiting for my turn, and I got it to the discussion I had with my partner to like be bold, have that confidence, and all those stuff like that. So when it gets to the turn, I wanted to avoid the other lady that was kind of always refusing the visas for people coming to outside. So I was not selecting. It got to my turn. I had to go to this young lady. She even acted nice at first. Can you give me some few minutes? I need to take water. I was like, okay, no, Allah. I thought the train would go down fine. And then I composed, I posed like, oh yeah. And when she wanted to start the whole stuff, the first question he asked me, I know would be a big blow. The first thing she would have to ask me is, how old are you? Guys, how old am I? For asking me that question, that I was like, wow, wow. I'd answer, I told her my age. And you know what that meant? So with my age then, look at the brackets of my age and the study gap. And I'm actually applying for an undergraduate program. So it was more or less like, yeah, it was an undergraduate program, more like, was it a diploma, a BSc? It was a diploma undergraduate. And then she asked me, um, what happened, like your study gap? Why do you have that study gap? Why was, like stuff like that? I had to answer and say, yes, after my work, diploma, I have diploma in accounting that I have to stop. So family things. It's like, okay, who is going to finance my study? I said I'm self-sustaining. Then okay, how? I said okay, to also come in conjunction with support from my mom that I have my own registered business. What kind of business? I said I'm more or less like an independent marketer for a consulting firm. I do this. I shall broadcast myself. She was just typing, typing. She allowed me to talk. Barely 2 3 minutes later, I just say, "I'm sorry, unfortunately, you are not." I be like, yeah, me too. I was just everything just all the morale just dropped. And I had to look at myself and say, who sent me all these suits? Who sent me all these suits? I look at it, I feel like, what do I do? Then they asked us to leave the place since we've been attended to. Unfortunately, again, it was raining. And there's nothing, they said there was nothing they could do. We just have to quickly run to the other side where there are people, where you can keep your bags or luggage and stuff like that. Had to still run in between the rain to go to where we get our stuff. Rain beats me to get. Rain beats me and I got my refusals, the US visa refusals. That's actually the third one. And that was one, the first and the only one. And ever since I said, no, there's a way this US visa will make you feel. If you, excuse me, sorry, people, let me take water. And nobody's saying anything. Who are those that are online now? My people not online today because I'm not getting any comment from anybody now. How? And to say hello, at least let me know that at least I have one or two persons listening to me. Okay, for that, if you're not strong like someone who can take, you have this way you manage emotions concerning anything refusal like that. Just prepare yourself, mind the way you want to pursue US visa. Sterling, thank you. How are you? Thank you at least for saying hello to me. I hope you're part of the community, like a family. I just feel like I've been talking and I didn't see any sign that people are. I didn't see any sign that I have one or two members, one or two friends, families, member of my community with me. But the thing is, if you are not strong enough to manage emotions that concern visa refusal, I'm doing great. Kunmi, I'm doing great. Life with me is going fine. Malta, we trying. Okay, very well. Okay, thank you, Stanley. Don't mind. I was like, I just the top people know the show respond. So anyway, that's what I was saying. So US visa, please be prepared. You need to be someone that is you should know how to dust off. If you click because in less than 3 minutes you would have known your fate. You would have known whether or not they refuse you or they approve you. And if you should be someone that is strong to manage emotion because those times and there's a way the thing will knock you if you get a refusal for US application, there's a way to just make you feel like the whole body system just drop back. Even me, like a strong man, then thinking, if you see the way I was feeling, I couldn't even talk to anybody. I was just like kicks. And even when my partner then called me, how far did he go? I was just like, say, me, boss, me and US, me and US. That's the thing about US. Please be prepared. If you want to do US study application, be prepared. And I mentioned some few things about the tip that in US, if you are between, let me say 22 downward, 18 to 22, you have this strong, chances of getting approved if you are going for undergraduate program. Let's imagine particularly that okay, anything on the graduate course, if you're within those age brackets, your chances is very high. I said that in one of my video. And if you are both 23 or even if you're 23, 20, 24, you can still try an undergraduate program. But if you are like 23, 24, 25 to 26 or 27, let's say 23 to 27, you want to go for a master program, yeah, your chances is there, very high. Just do things very well in the right way. And if you're not lucky to find any schools giving you either partial scholarship or full scholarship, then you're good to go. Otherwise, it's also best if you can move outside. Let's say Nigeria now, for example, it's let's say you've traveled out of the shore of the country, you travel to, for instance, you are here in Malta, then or you're in any part of the Europe, trying US from this side becomes easier. It becomes easier for you. You can even give it a shot, try this visitor visa, it become easier because you've actually moved to more regulated, more kind of standard environment where it is easy to access or to believe whatever you say because you actually will be working in per per hour. So it is easy for that to be true in whatever position you claim to have. But if you're still in Nigeria or in your home countries, looking at Africans, particularly Nigerians, be 23 to 26, 7 upward if you're pursuing masters, be around 18 to 22 or 23 if you're pursuing undergraduate. But imagine me, we up more than 30 something then as they go from the graduate. So I just knew, the stuff like that because there was one colleague working under me that got approved. Then back in Nigeria, he was 21 when he applied. Yes, it was 21 when he applied to the same school that got me admission because it was after his own admission I had to apply to that same school. So he got approved and it was in Abuja um, center. He went there, they were just joking with him that he's a young guy and he said it was his uncle or so that was sponsoring him and he got approved. The guy was he's been in US since back from 2022 or thereabout. The guy don't even puff, you get. So this is the thing. A minute after the US refusal, I cancelled that US out. Anything US from now must stop. Then I came back then to start planning to do some other things. I will talk about the other two refusal. But while I was doing that, I have another my business partner now. Then me and one other person were supposed to go together to Canada. All right. Okay, my partner. All right. To which a common of them. Let's leave that. So we were supposed to go together, common law partner and stuff. And I started the whole process for how to be the main applicant because that came after my second refusal to Canada, the study Keanu second refusal. I now did don't forget, I have my work permit since March 2020. That thing has still been going on. They refuse to cancel the application. I look for the whole places to cancel the application. It has gone past the stage of canceling, so I couldn't cancel it out. So I would have loved to even cancel it, delete, block the account, but I couldn't do anything to the application. It was just the Canada one was just still showing in process, in progress, work permit, whatever is in process and stuff like that. So I had to tolerate to just wait and see what will happen. In the process, me and this my common law partner, we agreed to go for Canada and also I can get a dependent stuff since my own two school thing no favor me. We started the whole process. That thing has been going on fine, going on fine, going on fine. She got a visa, we reapplied. We noticed it was personal finance and also so all my document, everything was inside it. Before you when we know it now, I think that's 2022. I did it with my business partner together. We did your application, everything together. March, was it 2022? Yeah. Okay, yeah, 2022, right? Yeah, it was 2022 because last year, 2023. If I know it now, around 2022 was the ending of 22, you just send me an email from the work permit stuff that I've been hanging since 2020 that hello, we noticed you submitted a fake LMIA. Hey, gang, guys, I don't hear. You submitted a fake LMIA. We are giving you a second chance, like a procedural fairness. They call it a procedural fairness. So they open this extra portal for me, saying that I should go ahead and we are given a second chance to upload the original LMIA, so a decision will be made concerning your work permit, or you explain why you submitted a fake LMIA. I was like, damn, where am I going to get the original LMIA from? Now that I've known the company, those people that are fraudsters, they kind of defraud me, they just enjoy the 60,000 I paid for nothing. And now I've terminated any relationship with them. There's no way I can, there's nothing like even true employment coming from Dreamer or in Abata. So how do I even reach out to Dreamer or Abata that they should give me original LMIA? So it was completely impossible to get original LMIA. All I have to do was to explain myself. I had to screenshot the whole email, everything from the one, all the conversation I had with them. It was almost 30 pages. I screenshotted the whole thing, both the money I paid for the medical, fake medical insurance. They gave me everything, and I explained myself and write a letter of explanation again to tell them that as at them I was completely naive and I was, being defrauded. I didn't know that it was all this fraudster online. So I explained myself. Now, in the process of explaining myself, I went ahead to shoot myself in the leg again. I shoot myself in the leg. I was saying that at the point when I realized I felt this document was not authentic, so I decided to upload it to find out whether or not the system would detect it. Now there I forgot for copy again. So I already felt I'm beginning to feel this document seems fake. Then why do you not go ahead and submit? I went to say I submitted hoping the system will detect it. Now there I crossed the fuck up again. So after that, that thing came towards September 2022. They waited again, they did not respond. March, March 20 something, 2023, I just got a message, another blue. Now I went for my US visa February 2023, the one that not tie and suit, perfume, bleach, all those things. I went, I was just coming from the US visa, trying to regain myself from the US visa that this unfortunately, and I had to get the following month, March 20 something, and I got the major official letter from Canada website that knowingly or unknowingly you submitted a fake LMIA, and according to the rules and procedure, blah, 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 you have been banned, you have been done. You have. I know they said you've become inadmissible to Canada for the next 5 years. Inadmissible to Canada for the next 5 years. I cannot cry. I cannot just cry. The Canada that has been my major dream and where to go to everything and now become inadmissible for the next 5 years. So till 2028, they no go dash me anything Canada that I will get. And you see where the big blow now hit me more. Canada, US, and UK are too close. They are like three sisters. They easily share data among themselves if you're not careful. One ban in one will spread to the others. Anytime you try to apply to the other, if they decide to verify you, they can easily access your document in all the other countries and they will not be verified. I have a proof of that. We have submitted an application for someone who got a US visa before me. In the application, he said he was single. Then a month or two later, we already submitted an application that he was a married person going to Canada. You know that they've passed his medical. They were about to approve him. They went to now verify his US visa, and the officer says he wasn't transparent in his expression, in his explanation. They did not ban him for any fake document. That means it was just something he felt the guy didn't come and claim that it was not. So when we now had to apply for GCMS note, he now said that he was not coming, he was not transparent, he wasn't being truthful about himself, that he about his US applications and all those stuff. So how come he went to just go and check his US application? So he just mentioned everything there. So that how it was. So it's invariably means from now to 2028, trying US will be a huge waste or waste of time or waste of money for me because there's every tendency that if I submit an application, they could verify some things even before they give me an interview date. So there's a tendency that they may not. I might escape the US only if they just try to interview, but it's a risk for me to go. So UK too is a big risk. There's every tendency they could verify and accept the person. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Komi. Except the person did not like want to go to that extent. So that ban affected me. Do you know the painful part? The money that I've invested with my common law partners, I hope you guys understand this dependent thing to UK. It was also our own was to Canada. The money we've invested, everything we're planning to go after they bound me in March. We're now afraid that I hope this will not affect my um, partner that we submitted an application for student for. The following month, they now had to approve. They approved her to enter Canada. I know if he cry. because the original plan was I did immediately she got her approval, then I would have submit my own application. She's a single mom, and me and the children were very close and all that. I want to submit my own application and the kids to join her. That would have been me winning 100% dependent visa to enter Canada early 2023. They banned me. The following month, they approved that. I becomes it's impossible for me to apply. There was nothing I could do. I know if you cry. I know if you cry. That was, it becomes like, say, what do I do? And I like start looking at, oh, since I can't go to Canada, US is going to be impossible. UK no more. Since I can't go to these three big names. In fact, sometimes they used to add this other two. They call them big five. They used to add Australia and New Zealand, but Australia and New Zealand is not that strong. It's not even easy for Australia. So the only option I'm left with is to cross to Europe and go and serve my pan. Now, dear fan, I think yeah. Therefore, this is the reason I find myself in Malta. Then I start googling and said, okay, and I call my partner and said, let me even check which Euro is also an English speaking country to go to. Then the only two options that I found available for me, because I really do not really enjoy language countries, now becomes Republic of Ireland and Malta. We will talk about Republic of Ireland in my next video because experiences today there. Yeah. So I now have options of Republic of Ireland and Malta. So I will share my experience about that Republic of Ireland too and everything. And we'll talk about that in the next live section. So you should also be prepared. There's something you need to know about Republic of Ireland. It's called Southern Republic of Ireland near UK. It's close to Northern Ireland. They are not part of UK. They are part of Europe, but they refuse to be part of Schengen. There's a treaty agreement between them and UK because they broke out of UK, but the northern part, Northern Ireland, choose to remain with UK. So the southern part broke out. So that's why they are now like part of Europe, but the agreement was not to join the Schengen. So that's it's why it's not even I didn't been a part of Schengen. Hey, where my dear sister or brothers, I would have probably not be doing my live session from Malta. That's for it. Because with my Schengen temporary resident, I for don't switch with that place straight. I can still apply for visitor visa to try it, but I'm kind of still skeptical about it. Thank you, Kumi, for your word. It's really so painful now because now I have to come and be here in Malta. And I'm not start finding, loving Malta. But the main reason for me coming to Malta was just that reason. Yeah. After the 5 years, to answer your question, after the 5 years, they can, of course. Now they would have seen that. You see, the reason why it was reduced, if not for the fact that the things about the ban, this document were not directly coming from me. So that's why they use the word knowingly or unknowingly. I did mean it was an intentional thing that I submitted fake document on my own. I knew it. I did everything. Like when you're caught with fake document that they knew for sure you purposely submitted this fake document. Those bans could be up to 10 years. They could ban you for 10 years. But I believe because they knew, well, it was not my fault, but I had to face the consequence. I did that's why I have 5 years ban. So definitely for sure, after 5 years, I can get applied and get. That's why I was mentioning to if you've been following me, you will notice that I've been saying on my channel that my final destination has to that me and them get scores to settle. Really, we get scores to settle. I just love the country. I don't get what I'm hearing about. Canada is tough. Is Canada even worth it? It is not about wanting or not wanting it. You get me? Permit me to use that English. It is not about that. The thing is that for the whole the country around the globe and over, for particularly for those of us coming from Nigeria and those of us that are probably the Ghanaians, the Nigerians, all those West African countries, in the whole, Canada remains the easiest countries to get your dual citizenship, to get permanent residence. They have the faster permanent residence route. Since you can even become a permanent resident from your home country without even stepping into that country. So they are the easiest countries to get your PR and the easiest to get your passport, followed by that of They have similar style with Republic of Ireland, them and Ireland. Then the other countries like Europe, they have easy pathway. But the fact that it is connected, that's why I use the word West Africa. But the fact that it is connected to language kind of those other countries like Portugal's like maybe Austria, Luxembourg, Portugal, some few countries, and like Norway, Portugal, and those two countries too. Yeah, those two countries in Europe, it's easy to get PR and the passport. For the whole of the Europe, Republic of Ireland is number one because straight 5 years, the school part is not counted. Straight 5 years, you should be able to get that. You get. That's this for another day. But apart from this, Republic of Ireland is the other second country. Since it's also English speaking country officially, 5 years you should be able to attain that. So they have similarity with that of Canada. Then Australia. I was mentioning Australia and New Zealand. Australia too. But the thing about the Australia is that they try to use similar style, PR style like Canada, but their own has some little bit of toughness in it. Canada can still you can still join Canada stuff through lower IELTS. It will not be easy for master, but once you enter Canada, you are inside. There are a lot of provinces that can still allow you with the least IELTS like CLB4. CLB4 is just like somebody who wants to pay money for IELTS. Just take and play and get it for the first you can to get and that. So it's particularly not just only because of maybe the money you will make. Otherwise, you can make more money in Australia. You should be able to make more money in the Republic of Ireland. You should be able to make more money in Luxembourg, Switzerland, all those places. You make more in USF, na center of money. I think that's why 90% of the time, 80% of the Nigerians love US parts, US thing. US na money house, but the paperwork it's never as easy as that of Canada. That is why it is easy. Everybody believe any guy that want to get green card paper easily in US. That's one of the easiest. Apart from that, the you just be like 5, 6 years, 10 years in US. If you never take and spend the green card, you need to be tactical for the US. But Canada, ordinary cleaner can get a PR 6 months of working as a cleaner. It's called light duty cleaner. Go to Nova Scotia, 6 months. Just do 6 months light duty cleaner. It qualifies you to apply for permanent residency pathway through Nova Scotia. So all you just have to do is to get and what is the English proficiency requirement? CLB4. CLB4. And that a lot of you can even get CLB6, CLB7, CLB8 and 9. CLB4. So anyway, that's it. My sister, I can get it. All I have to do is um thank you, Sterling. Thank you. All I have to do is after the 5 years ban, once I'm done, which is going to eventually end March 2028, I believe. After that, anything I want to apply to Canada, I will make sure that everything about me is purely legit. The reason why I say that is that I will be on me. Any document I submit now, they will screen now, they will carry that green light. They will turn it upside down. In fact, if it's possible, they will shake my document, do it like maybe print it out, take it to Mercury. They will mention everything about me in my next application. I will have to go through scrutiny, pure screening, because they will believe that I'm prone to those kind of stuff. So they will screen me properly and make sure everything is right. And I will have to explain myself properly in my SOP after that in that 2028. Explain myself very well. Make sure I mention the ban and probably say the reason and why. So my SOP will be more comprehensive, but I will get it. It's not like I will not get it. So I will get it and I'll make sure I do not. That is why ever since I just do not like to talk to people about work permit route. It's really easy or prone get for you to be scammed through this process. And two, I really do not get involved or engage with anything that does not look real because I don't learn my lesson from it. So anything I like to go through that legal pathway. So you see it. Now the US, the other one come. Now the person when I want to go with my supposed spouse enter Canada June. And guess what? I'm not supposed to be telling you guys this. Now, one way or the other, we couldn't even vibe together again because she said she cannot wait 5 years of her life. Nobody she asked Canada to ban me. We had to separate. She's on her own. In fact, I believe she's even already engaged. Sorry, guys. I think I'm being too plain. I'm being too open here to you guys. I know this thing is going to be live, going to be on the internet for as long as it takes. But that's actually it. So this is what I want you guys to learn today. That be careful with those people sending you fake documents or giving you fake employment. Those things easily leads to ban. I know of a coursemate now that said him and his friend got 10 years ban, UK 10 years ban. Do you know how painful that is? Yeah, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kumi. So you know how painful that is 10 years ban. So please be careful when you get applying for work permit, somebody telling you, just make sure it's either you are dealing with the website or the company directly, and make sure that probably it's involved interview. One of the way to understand maybe when this any job offer is being legit, it could be that they would actually they're supposed to interview you seeing a person. Then let it be that. And if you're dealing with all these agencies that are recruiting, you have to be prepared. Be extra careful. Make sure what they are doing is authentic because these are the things that yeah, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Derry. Thank you, Kumi. So these are the things that can easily lead to ban. Now, the reason why I'm going to probably why I said you should learn from this is that now Canada brought me led to why I have to come to Malta. Though I'm beginning to get myself understand Malta. Now you see that everything I talk about is Malta, but that's why I still cannot de-associate myself from Canada. Now Canada led to why I the Canada stuff they led to why I find myself in Northern Europe. Now, why I said you guys should learn from this is to avoid things like that. What I'm not saying is that there's someone who got to Malta here, I think this year, some few months, GBS, and he said is maybe he has gotten a refusal from that of Canada too. He said his intention is to go to Canada. He was asking me if it was possible for him. Thank you for the if it was possible for him to if he can probably relocate from here to Canada later on. I said, of course, yes. What I'm saying is that if not for the ban, to be honest with you, if it was not for the ban, person like me, what I would have done is now that I have the liberty to work and I can save, my own is just to probably tell any form of distraction that I would have later, maybe our family, friends, everybody, please, may I give me time first. I probably would have been able to just work like maybe back to back, save for 2 years. Maybe I got in here now, I've gotten something that I'm doing, I'm okay with. Probably I'll just work the whole of that next year and the following year, maybe I apply for the September batch to Canada. Someone like me probably would have still more than 2 years or 2 years plus in Malta. I would have probably just saved myself, save the money because I already know what to do now. I know the best options to go for, and I know some schools that I can apply to. I would just probably save 2 years. I would have gone straight. I can even choose to take the risk after 1 year being multi-year or the following year. I will just apply to one of these schools that are very affordable in Canada and then pay for the school fees straight up 1 year. Probably maybe make sure my proof of form is entered and then. But now, regardless of whatever money I would save or anyhow I try to save, I still would have to make sure I wait till 5 years. I have the liberty now to cross to Finland. I told you that I didn't want to pick that up. I I I am not going to do the interview. I'm also like in kind of talk with someone about the possibility of Netherlands. But I think instead of going there and there, we will do a video on that. Let's do a video on separate maybe why I will not why I choose not to leave Malta. Okay, so thank you all for being here. Thank you. Sterling, I really appreciate your support. And Kumi, you've really make it an interesting section for me. Thank you for just everything. Yeah, the ban is painful. I will not lie to you. It's painful. 5 years, 5 years. I've only served 1 year. Next year, March, now second year. So imagine it's painful. I want to say thank you to everyone. And in case you probably just joining, I just talked about how I got banned in Canada 5 years. And Next section, I would tell you the that of the Republic of Ireland, the lesson you should learn from it, and Malta. Malta is my first. The first attempt to Malta is the one that got me here. So it was after six. Malta became the seventh attempt visa thing that got me into Malta after six refusal. So I will talk about maybe the island on next time. And I also tried visitor visa to Canada, but I messed up with that visitor visa. I will talk about that too in the next session because yeah. Okay, no problem. Come here. I will check my email and just let me know it's you. And now that I'm even familiar with your name, you've been very active and engaging with me. I'll check out and probably tell you to. It would be ideal if you just pick up let's get to talk one on one. Then so many things we can share together, and I may be able to help you look based on my experience. 6 years, six reviews are not be child's play. And apart from that, I have a lot of approvals too that I've done for people, like the common partner, common law stuff that is Canada. I know what we gain, the experience we learn from that. There are a lot of people. There is this guy self that had been scammed like twice. All these guys, they scammed into UK. He wasted like 3 million. They scamming like they also scamming like 4 million to Canada, and then he became skeptical. So when someone directed him to me, and we start his own job, that guy too, he almost believed that I'm about to scam him too. He's the only, the first and the only guy. Do you know the experience we had in his own case? We've never really experienced that. When I start working with my business person was like, "What could happen? This guy will come be like say something else." We applied to, we will do one or two schools. We already got an admission. We submitted an application for him for 7 different schools in Canada. Nobody agreed give him admission. Admission alone, admission that we can just close our eyes and get. Nobody agreed give him admission, and he has HND. We did 5 UK, no admission. So the father now starts saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure whether this guy is not be scam?" We now had to retry Canada and eventually now get one. York. And I got that one. Do you know the other part, the ugly part again? We did the right thing. We submitted an application. It was towards that early 2021, where this COVID-19 era and all those stuff. So all those backlog story now jam is on too. This guy application stayed in process for 1 year, 2 months before eventually got approval. 1 year, 2 months. Every time the guy will call me, the luck I had was that each time he called my phone, at least my number will go. For him not to say, this guy, he has switched off his phone, he scanned us, and not like he paid us the bill, he paid the school fees. So anytime, are you sure this is not a scam? The dad will call me and say, "Are you sure this is not a scam? Are you sure this is not a scam?" I'll be like, the dad is indirectly saying, "Are you sure you are not a scam? Are you sure this is not a scam? Because we did it. I did it. So why are you saying, are you sure this is not a scam?" You're indirectly calling me name. I said, "No, sir, this is not a scam. It was unfortunate that it jammed with the COVID-19 era bad luck." So the next thing I said, the only thing that saved up was that we will always give you the access to your email, the school email and other stuff. So the guy was able to just send email to the school. And the school say, "We've been waiting for you. The first session we were supposed to join January, we defer to the next spring. Then we defer to September." The school now said, "We've been trying to reach you. What happened?" So the school now start chatting with him live, one on one. So it was the school WhatsApp eventually got, and he now asked the school, the 4 million tuition fee we paid. And the school said they showed him, "You pay this amount, your deposit is still in the school with school portal." That was how we were able to free. I said, "Joseph, how you doing?" "I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you, my namesake." So that was it. Imagine that guy, 1 year, 2 months. Eventually, after 1 year, the Canadian embassy now requested for updated acceptance letter and update. When we send the updated acceptance letter, thank God they did not have updated bank statement. 2 months after, they just approved him. The guy has been in British Columbia now since last year too. Imagine if, or even consider, after he has gotten to experience of scam, he would have thought probably my own was the third one. So that is actually it though. We will talk about the other two. Sorry guys, I had to stop this for much. We'll talk about the next one in the, that's I have an experience with Republic of Ireland and another Canada one again. I will share my experience with you guys we had next day. Then anything else you want us to talk about, how to probably what you guys should look out for, how to guide you, be careful and stuff. And this is one of the reasons why I just don't like talk about Warcraft that much. Okay. Joseph, I'm about to go. Thank you for joining me now. And yeah, I'm doing fine in Malta. Yeah, I am in Malta right now, so I'm doing fine. I'm serving my punishment of 5 years ban. Who knows if I eventually get to fall in love with number, maybe I will remain. But after 5 years, that same years I'll be making 5 years in Malta. I think in 2029 I would be qualified to apply for permanent residence. I might choose to apply for that or not. But until then, we'll discuss it together as family and community. So thank you guys for really making my day for the engagement. Soon, I probably will start introducing this engagement live section on TikTok, so we can. It will be easy for you to. I can invite you. You can talk to me one on one. If you don't want to pay my small consultation fee to get my phone number and call me direct, maybe if you want to be doing it online social media communication where we have access to our voice together, I would be sending you my TikTok channel, Joburg28, and we'll talk from there. Maybe I'll even try to do live session tonight. Thank you guys until we meet in my next video. Say ciao for now.